It's middle of July, hot day, and I'm going to fire up the Generac, change the oil, and just make sure that the seal on the carburetor bowl is good so things don't leak. Here's my gas cap, and I'm gonna hit some steel wool on here, blow this out, clean it, fire it up. Just got an air compressor, but I'm just doing a little light rubbing here and then blowing with my mouth. Just trying to keep this from rusting up too much. And then I got a pick here, pull the filter. Oops. Blow a little more. Clean that up. Looks like there's a little bit of rust in this tank, but we're gonna run it. This is a little risky what I'm doing here, but I'd rather have a little bit of particles going through it now while I'm cleaning it up than be stuck in a power outage and having to deal with this thing not running, which might be where you are. Been there, not judging. Okay, we're gonna call that clean enough. And then I'm gonna clean this out a little bit. All right, a little bit cleaner. I'll pop it back in. And put in a little bit of gas. Gas is in. I didn't put too much because I'm just gonna run it. And then drop this. Let's check. Switch that to on. I usually shut the, let me check the oil. I'm gonna change the oil. These things don't get a lot of attention. Yeah, there's plenty of oil in this thing. Let me just make sure you see that. Probably should hose this thing down a little bit to clean it up. Okay, let's look for the gas shut-off valve. Yep, here it is. So it's on. And off is like that. So it's on, so the fuel's flowing, and then I can choke it. And what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna take this cover off. I'm gonna spray a little bit of starter fluid just to give this thing a head start. I'm just gonna spray it right on this air filter. This is just starting fluid from Home Depot or auto parts store. And just that. And now let's see if I can start this sucker. If the gasket's dried up, gas will be leaking right out. I'm changing the oil, and what I did is blocked up this side. The engine is hot, so the oil's going to flow freely. I already took some out, but there's a drain plug right here, pretty easy. And then I popped a pan here. I propped that up a little bit, give me some room. And this is a 12 millimeter on this particular one. It's a Generac GP5500. It's loose, and I'm just gonna go ahead and undo it. And nothing flows until it's almost out, so I'm doing it very slowly. And then once the threads are loose, here, I think I see something coming. I'm not just gonna pull it out super quick. There we go. And I don't want to lose my washer. And that'll just drain right out. It's very dark. I've never changed the oil in this. There's no oil filter. And then I'll pour in the new oil, and I'll get a shot of how clean that oil is. That is obviously, it's in a black pan, but boy, you know, it's dirty. Nothing's in it, no metal shards or anything. Still dripping out, but that's enough for me. I'm just gonna put this on, make sure my washer's still there, and there's a torque specification, I bet. I'll look that up and tell you what that is so you don't over torque. But essentially, I'm just gonna tighten this. And as the orthopedic surgeons say, their hand is their torque wrench. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna put in the new oil. So if you'll notice that I did this on the grass, because if I got any drips there, I wouldn't have it on my sidewalk. And then I put a pan underneath my oil pan and my funnel here. So if I drip any, it'll just go on that and I can wipe that off. But as you can see, I'm doing just fine. And the oil's dirty, as you can see. This Generac takes about a quart of oil. So just that. I'm using, embarrassingly, two different ones, and I'm using a synthetic and a conventional just because I have them around, and the Google search indicated that it's not a problem. You just don't get the full benefits of synthetic by mixing them. It says that you don't hurt it. That's what Google says. Of course, no matter how hard you try, you always spill something. I've spilled it when I was picking it up. And I go ahead and open this for filling. I'm going to determine how I want to fill it. I think I'm dirty enough here. I can just pour it in, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually grab a funnel. That black funnel wasn't going to do it, and I've happened to have this one here that's pretty handy. And I'm just going to go ahead and, oops, spill it on the ground. And since I know I'm putting the cord in, I can just pour it right on in. Nice and clean oil, obviously. That's it. And you can actually see the oil there. I know it's the right amount. I'm gonna put on the plug slash dipstick and tighten it up. And we're good to go. I'm ready for hurricane season. Now that I've put the fresh oil in, I'm just gonna run this thing. It's on, fuel is on, choke is on. Since it's warm, it should just start right up. Let's see if that's the case. My dad taught me mechanics always forget to tighten a bolt, so I go back and look at everything. Checking the drain plug here, wiped it to see if there's anything. Nope, not dripping. The dipstick is tight. Hour meter still doesn't work. Fuel shut off, it works. And what I went ahead and did there is I shut it off, and now I'm going to let it run until the gas runs out of this carburetor bowl. That way that bowl is empty, and also it's not leaking still. That rubber gasket is an often problem on these that sit around for a long time. I'd recommend having one on hand for the particular generator. What happens if you buy it on Amazon? You might have the wrong size, and then you got your power outage, and then you're out of luck. Okay, there's my, you can see that the engine is starting to die because it's moving back and forth. And any moment, it's just going to shut off. All right, and now that it's ended, stopped running, I'm just going to check everything one more time, and then I'm done. Ironically, on the same day that I am getting my generator tuned up, these guys are tuning up trees. They're coming down the street and trimming off branches, it looks like, that may affect the power lines. Thanks for watching, and go ahead and like and subscribe. I'm going to keep making videos because I'm always doing something, and it usually is useful to others. Have a great day.